What's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear or read the word jihad? Chances are the way you answer that question will depend on whether you're Muslim or not, or whether you have Muslim friends or family. For most people, the word jihad conjures up images of warfare and violence committed against non-Muslims by Muslims. But what does the Quran say? Does the Quran support this common understanding of jihad? I'm Aisha Musa of AIM Education and Consulting. I specialize in Arabic and Islamic studies, and in this video we're going to go deep into the Quran to try and get a better understanding of jihad. Searching Google for a definition of jihad shows the first definition as a struggle or fight against the enemies of Islam. This is followed by the spiritual struggle within oneself against sin, but the idea of fighting enemies is the first definition offered. The same search on Bing reveals the same two definitions in the same order. And under the first definition, a struggle or fight against the enemies of Islam, Bing includes a variety of definitions, including conflict, warfare, bloodshed, and hostility, synonyms that highlight the idea of violence associated with the term jihad. But how does this common English understanding of the term jihad compare to what the Quran has to say? To determine whether or not the Quranic usage supports the popular understanding, we need to look at how the Quran uses the word jihad and other related words, that is, words from the same Arabic root. In looking at the Quranic usage, I'll be using three long-standing principles of interpretation. The fundamental principle of speech is literalness, al-asl fil kalam al-haqiqa. Some parts of the Quran explain others, yufassiru al-Quran ba'dahu ba'dan, and explaining the Quran with the Quran, tafsir al-Quran bil-Quran. Like other Semitic languages, Arabic is a root and pattern language. Roots consist of 2 to 5 consonants, most have 3, and each root has a general meaning or set of meanings. For example, the root kataba has the meanings of writing, prescribing, and decreeing. Patterns consist of additional consonants together with vowels and convey grammatical meaning. For example, the verb kataba is he wrote or decreed. The noun kitab means a piece of writing, such as a book. And the noun maktub means a place where writing is done, and in modern standard Arabic, maktub is the word for office. The root of the noun jihad is jahada, which carries the meanings of exerting great effort and working diligently and earnestly. This root occurs 41 times in the Quran in 5 forms. 4 times as the noun jihad, 27 as the form 3 verb jahada, 4 as the form 3 active participle mujahideen, once as the noun juhd, and 5 times as the verbal noun jahad. Many of these verses have nearly identical wording and describe those who have faith as those who have faith and emigrate and strive in the path of God. الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَالَّذِينَ هَاجَرُوا وَجَاهَدُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. This shows that striving in the path of God is a general characteristic of those who have faith. Where the Quran specifically commands striving, it makes no mention of warfare or violence of any kind. For example, Quran 25:52 commands, "So do not obey the deniers and strive hard against them with it." The it here refers to the Quran, and what I have translated as strive hard against them is jahidhum bihi jihadan kabira. Literally, strive against them a great jihad. A more specific example of striving is found in Quran 29:8 and Quran 31:15, which describe parents as striving to make their children associate partners with God. Elsewhere in the Quran, we learn that associating partners with God is the only unforgivable sin. But even when the parents are striving to make their children commit the only unforgivable sin, the children are only ordered not to obey them, and in fact to maintain good relations with them. This command to maintain good relations leaves no room for violence or hostility. The Quran's broad general usage of jihad and jahada led classical Muslim scholars to recognize four kinds of jihad. The first and greatest is jihad of the heart, the striving to purify your heart and soul. Jihad of the hand is good deeds, charity, and caring for your family. Jihad of the tongue is arguing for what's right, speaking truth to tyrants, and persuasive missionary activities. Finally, the lesser jihad, jihad of the sword, is the just and necessary use of force. Like the classical scholars before them, modern Muslim scholars also understand jihad very broadly. For example, the late Egyptian scholar Sheikh Mohammed al-Ghazali writes in his thematic commentary on the Quran, "Jihad in our time encompasses a whole range of activities, including inventiveness, development, and construction on land, in the sea, and in outer space. It implies research in all fields to gain wider and deeper understanding of the world and all of the phenomena associated with it." Going deep into the Quran to get a better understanding shows that the popular English usage of jihad is contrary to the Quranic usage and to the understanding of Muslim scholars past and present. The English usage gives the greatest importance to the lesser jihad and ignores other kinds of jihad recognized by Muslims. Jihad, as presented in the Quran, is not synonymous with fighting. When the Quran addresses fighting, it uses the word qital, not jihad. The Quranic discussion of fighting will be the subject of an upcoming video, so stay tuned. In the meantime, feel free to check out my chapter on a Quranically based articulation of just war and contemporary approaches to the Quran and Sunnah, and my entry on Islam in the Encyclopedia of Religion and Violence. You'll find links to both in the description. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit like and subscribe. If you want to know more about me and my work, you'll find a link to my website in the description.